Guys, coming to you from the job site where we're framing a beautiful new house here with Soffit Group Architects. My framer is Madeira Frameworks, is doing an incredible job here. But on today's episode, I want to show you a little bit about how we've done rafter tails in this job that I think is a beautiful detail that you might want to mimic on one of your jobs. So first of all, as you saw in the other video, you can see we don't have any rafters sticking out from the attic on the top when we frame this. I did a video on that not too long ago. Here's what's actually going to be the tail. This is a 4x6, ooh, heavy Doug Fir. We got this from our local lumber yard, and they actually put it on their bandsaw so we could get this pretty tail design you see right here. This is from Eastside Lumber and Decking. And then when these come to the job site, the framer is actually cutting the bird's mouth in the proper location. But you can see these are pretty long. One of the first things you need to know about rafter tails when you're doing these is for every third that sticks out, 2/3 needs to go into the building and be secured. That way you know you've got good structure on there, so if a roofer in the future is walking all the way out to the edge, everything's nice and secure. Let's actually go up on this garage roof right behind me here, and I'll show you a couple of the details. All right, y'all, coming in from the roof up here, the framers are doing a great job, but this is basically what we're talking about right there. You can see we've got those pretty tails right there sticking out, and they're gonna have a gorgeous wood Doug Fir Soffit. And you can see we're starting to deck on this part of the roof as well. But I happen to have the main man himself, Bill Wood, with me. Hey, Bill, how's it going, man? So, Bill, tell me what we've got going on here, and show me how you've sistered these Doug Fir tails onto the roof here.
Well, beautiful detail by Soffit Architects. We've got 4x8 Doug Fir Rafter tails. We've actually planed those down to be surfaced on 4 sides, so they're actually 3.5 by 6.5 now. And then we've got a 2x, meaning 1.5 inch thick, Doug Fir tongue and groove exposed soffit material. So it's all exposed tails. Exposed soffit, and that's what you see from the underside of the house. The detail, the architect called out for rafter tails every 32 inches. So when we actually framed the roof, we set our rafters up on 16s so we could get the proper layout that we needed. There are ways that you can kind of accommodate a tail layout if you didn't want to frame your regular rafters on
and then show me the
16s.
material that's going on top of that.
So this is Doug Fir tongue and groove. This is your standard tongue and groove with the center V groove. The architects actually spec'd out for the square edge to be down at the bottom, which is what so many people are liking these days. And so basically we just sister the 4x8 onto the standard rafter. And then we will block on the back side of that for added strength and rigidity in the roof system.
That's beautiful.
Great detail. We love it.
And then on top of this now you've got a 3/4 inch plywood that goes on this to deck everything so everything's nice and flush, right?
So the engineer spec'd out 3/4 on the roof deck, and what we like to do is we like to hold our Doug Fir rafter down 1.5 inches, and that allows us to run our tongue and groove at the same plane as the top of the standard framing rafter. And then what we'll come back and do is put plywood over the top of that. It makes a more monolithic structure. And then two, if you get any expansion and contraction, mostly contraction in your tongue and groove, then you don't see roofing material above it. It just makes for a much better structure and nailing surface for your roof material.
Love it, Bill. Hey, thanks for joining, everybody. Hey, follow Bill on Instagram. He just got on pretty recently. He's showing some awesome photos. I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description as well as mine. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.